Okay, first of all, and I'm sure you guys have been asked this already today, but when you were you a fan of the ride? Did you know that when you were taking this ride initially that this could be made into a film?
You know, I remember going on the ride hundreds of times before I ever heard about the idea of making it into a film. And when I did, I was so excited because I was a giant fan of the ride and many times had thought it would make a great movie.
And for you, did you, as producer, how long was this on the table, the idea of making this into a film?
Well, it probably was a couple years ago that the script was knocking around. David Berenbaum, whose first film was Elf, that just came out, wrote the screenplay for this. And we got a call, both of us, within a few hours from Dick Cook, the chairman of the studio, to ask if we were interested. And you know, the chance to work with Rob again and to work on Haunted Mansion and Eddie and all those elements really came together in a couple of days, and we jumped at it.
Now, when I was a kid, I went to Disneyland. The only part I remember from the whole trip was the ballroom with the ghosts dancing together. Mm-hmm. What do you think makes this ride so great and stand out?
Wow, I think it's so many parts of it, but I think as soon as you walk into the mansion and you hear the voice of Paul Frees and the sound design that was done, that really creates an atmosphere and builds the suspense, I think that you're completely sucked into this wonderful kind of creepy, scary, but also kind of comical mansion. And I think that it's just a very powerful ride.
Okay, now how do you go about making this from ride to film?
Well, you start with a script. And for that, you need a writer.
Yeah.
And David Berenbaum did a terrific job using some of the tent poles from the ride and wove a story that's both comic and romantic and scary, and I think he really captured all of that in the original draft. And then you add Eddie Murphy to it, and you know, of course, some things changed along the way, but you know, that's pretty much the way it's done.
Okay, so you guys give a little backdrop to the story then. Where are we at? Where does the story begin?
Wow, New Orleans, Louisiana. And a husband and wife real estate team that get this call just as they're leaving on a family vacation because they both work too hard. They get a call to go represent a mansion, and the character Eddie plays can't say no. So on their way to their vacation, they stop by just for a little 20-minute stopover, and they get trapped for the night, and the rest starts from there.
Okay, now landing Eddie Murphy, what was did he come to you guys? Did you actively seek him out for this role? What exactly, how'd that process go?
I think Eddie got a hold of the script and read it, and I think he was very excited about the possibility of playing the lead in this movie. Not only this was great, you know, Disney attraction, but actually could make a great Disney movie. So he was on board right from the beginning.
Now, it's funny because, you know, Eddie Murphy started off as a really edgy comic, you know, when he was younger.
We've heard
and
that,
now he's seemed to be, you know, he's been not almost pushed by audiences where they want to see him is in this role, this type of role. Well, why do you think that is?
I don't think it's necessarily pushed by audiences so much. I think that as he's gotten older and as he's matured, you know, he's now a family man. He's got a wife and kids. And so I think it's natural that the roles that he would play would reflect, you know, his life and where he is in his life.
Okay, well, and then why do you think audiences have responded to him so much in this role, in this type of role?
Because I think all audiences generally like, you know, the bad boy gone good, you know. He still has his edge. I don't think he's lost that completely, and I think underneath the surface, you know, he seems like a really funny guy and an interesting guy, somebody who you can identify with and you like.